Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a game study of the Eternal Cylinder. So, heads up, this is like my 10th or 8th retake of this. So, I might get confused about stuff. But okay, so Eternal Cylinder is a game made with Unreal Engine. So we're going to go through and kind of theorize how they built it. Without the game files, there's no way to really know, but we're going to do our best. So there'll be game design stuff, there'll probably be gameplay stuff, and there'll be probably me screaming. So let's get started! Heads up, this game is technically rated teen. I don't think it's that bad, but it's later parts in the game you could kind of see why, but eh. So here's our narrator, Mr. Narrator. He's good. He's not an annoying narrator in any way. I might get annoyed with him, but that's just because I've played through the game at least 2 full times now. But these are our Trebums. They're our little roly-poly elephants. They got trunks and they like to roll. They're pretty cute. Their feet are a little creepy, but you grow to love them. You little so cute. Look at the little baby. Oh, there he goes. It's time to wake up. It's time to hatch. It's time to hatch. So this game kind of just, it's not quite full throwing you into the mix. It does have a tutorial zone, but it's not like a long, it doesn't feel like a long tutorial. It introduces things slowly throughout the game, but the whole tutorial area feels relatively short. It's not as cool as Rain World, but Rain World just throws you in it with a tutorial zone where you can die. my twin died in the tutorial zone of Rain World. It was pretty cool. Ooh, I look cool.
Run.
So,
something inside him said, run.
So, move. It doesn't specify what move is, but it's the standard WASD and spacebar for jump. This is very good, I think. Most computer games are controlled like this, so I feel like it's always a wise decision to go with the WASD, because that opens you up to more players who are familiar with it, will definitely enjoy your game more. They won't get as frustrated trying to learn the controls because it's the standard. Stuff like that. That's our enemy, that's the Eternal Cylinder, and I got stuck behind a rock. I'm gonna walk over here because if I walk far enough, I think it triggers something. Yeah. Okay, I triggered it. Also, I can't jump out. So I think right there, I think the cylinder hit a trigger zone that told it to stop. There are a lot of trigger zones in this game. I think most games probably have a lot, but this game has a bunch. Aw, isn't he cute? It's going into detail about non-standard controls, so definitely teach people if you're anything beyond the standard game controls, definitely explain to them. I'm also throwing it. Right click is the throw, or the spit back out. So here's kind of like I feel like every game has its main gameplay. Things like gameplay loops and whatnot. This game has 2 I can think off the top of my head, and this is the first one. Mutate. So if you eat something that has an ability, you will gain this ability. So this one's Jumpy Legs.
A Trebum can transform and adapt to many
Boop.
challenges.
This I think is very good staging because it's like you're trapped before you mutate, and then it kind of like tells you what you need to do. So it's like hinting that you're going to need to adapt to get over some puzzles. This is another mutation. I'll just go ahead and eat it because this is one of the best, I think. It's the storage buddy. You'll want lots of storage buddies. So there are a couple different things you can eat. You can eat foods, which come into play later. They introduce hunger later. You have the aqua things with the little water symbol will refill your water, and you can spray your water. So yeah. Over here is a bug. Bug. This is a health item. There are different types of health items. I can't eat it because I'm in the water, but let me just eat it. And there are, yeah, there's a couple of different things you can eat. Also, feel free to explore, because things you think are just decorative, like this shiny thing, are actually things you can eat. Hydrating. Okay, so in a minute it's gonna scream at me to go in a certain direction. So I'm just gonna keep walking until it screams at me.
The Trebhum
There we go.
was drawn to a bright light.
I feel like once you get out of that zone, there's
connection.
probably like triggers in the surrounding area that are like, hey, it's time to go in this direction. So I'm assuming a lot of trigger zones. There could be other ways to activate these, but I'm just gonna walk towards the light. Or maybe I shouldn't. You know the saying, don't go towards the light! I'm sorry. I'm trying to, hopefully I'm not being too loud. My previous recording I considered a fail because I just kept clipping the audio. And my twin came in at the very end and scared me by screaming like a pterodactyl. So there's another trigger zone.
On the old one's head.
This one's, I think, a pretty obvious trigger zone, because as soon as you step in the light, it's going to activate the cutscene.
Surrounded by this light, the Trebhum knew things.
I have gained the sacred knowledge.
It knew the
It's my turn to carry the sacred light.
This light for a long, long time, and it knew that now.
I really like the diversity of this game with all the food items, because it's like, they definitely made it feel like an ecosystem, because it's not just like, oh, there's one food type item. There's diversity. I think that's very good for immersion. The shadow consumes the land. Don't worry about the shadow, it's just the day-night cycle. Okay, tip. When the cylinder starts rolling, book it. Book it. Book it. Because, the cylinder is actually fast. I feel like it picks up speed. Like, right now it's not rolling as fast as I think it normally does. But normally it is fast and you just want to run. I don't care how fast you think you're going, you need to book it. And make sure that you trigger the tower. So I think the tower's an actor. I can't be for certain. But when you step on that zone, I feel like it activates the tower, so it changes the color and I think activates a function that makes it do this. It's like, it's an on button. It's basically a video game on button. I'm trying to explain it, but it has been a little hot minute since I've looked at Unreal Engine. Ha ha! Squish it! Squish the Unknown monster! Squish it! Aw, dang it. That thing is terrifying. I don't like it. It's just a bunch of tooth. The tooth monster.
Would be safe. The power of the eternal cylinder was contained.
Cool tip. Thing I discovered. These things have the coolest stuff in them, and it's usually you have to wait for them to crawl out, but you can encourage them to crawl out by throwing food. So if I throw a food, throw.
Where were the others?
You have to make sure to throw it in front of them, so he's turning, which is annoying. Go get the food. And then you just wait for him. Dang it. Dang it, it was too close. Don't mind me, I'm just wasting time by trying to get the thing. Yeah, sparkly! So, this is another food type item, or like item, that you'll get. If he has these little yellow things in the corner of its icon, it means it's too hard, and you're gonna have to break it by chucking it at a rock. And now I shall eat this beautiful mutation. Sparkly. I really don't think this mutation does anything other than makes your Trebhum look cool. So, you may have missed the narrator saying it because I was talking, but Trebums don't live alone. We live in packs. So, cool game design thing. I forgot what it's called. It's like relations. So, smoke usually means Trebum houses, and Trebum houses mean Trebums. So, if you see smoke, you will probably find the Trebum. Not usually an egg. Eggs usually are just all in their lonesome, not by a house. My cat has come.
But it could still be made to hatch.
Little mama cat.
All that was needed was a
The
social
mother gato. So what you need to do with an egg is take it over here. Woo! My controller did something weird. And just plonk the egg. Plonk the egg. Yay! He's alive! He's another striped fella. Oh, he's energy. Hyper stripe. Since he's got lots of energy. And here's our friend! So, I believe the max number of Trebum you can have is 14 on the PC version. I forgot where I read that. Otherwise, I would cite the source. But, yeah, you can get a lot. On my first run through, I just tried to get as many. On my second run through, I tried to get ones that looked neat. Kept them on my team because I wanted to make an animation. And I also wanted to make sure they looked distinct enough. So, this one needs to be activated, so you need to go over to, like, you scroll to the water icon and then hit C. And this is used to scare off enemies. I'm gonna hit Q. Q allows you to switch. And you can also hold Q if there's, like, a bunch of them and you just need a specific one. Vegueo. Yeah, you can tell he's the original because he doesn't have a silly name. I'm just gonna give it to him, too. I was on the track of something and I got distracted, and that's my life. Welcome to the cold zone. You were gonna get hurt. So luckily, usually the mutation you need is nearby. Not always. A heads up for anyone first starting is you're just gonna want to hoard supplies because the cylinder crushes and you can't go backwards. Most of the time you'll be able to find what you need again, but sometimes no. So, as a game tip, just hoard everything. Hoard it, get a bunch of storage buddies like him, like Vegueo, and just hoard it. There we go, there is the universal signal for Trebum, the smoke. So, that means we go this way. Now, heads up, there is a glitch that's probably about to happen. I call it the Lucy Control-y glitch. Not really. It's basically when you get a new Trebum sometimes, you will lose control of the current Trebum, which means that even if you have it selected, you will not be able to move it. You will be able to inhale and, like, squirt water, but otherwise you can't move it. And normally, that's no big deal. But if you have a specific mutation you need to use, and you can't use that Trebum, then you're just kind of like, meh. Let's see. Candy swirl. There we go. Whoa! Did you see that? My legs! They did detach. Sorry, so I did lose control. I can't move him. But I just saw the fact that his legs, like, looked like they detached from his body. Which is highly probable, because I think what they did was a lot of cool normal blending to get the legs. Because you can change leg types. So I think the legs are actually physically separate from the body, most likely. And that they switch through. But, yeah, as I said, I don't know for sure. They look like they're pretty solid on there, but the odds are they aren't. But I just think that's how they did really well with that, because I really can't tell if they're separate or not. It's like they either have separate legs or they have like 100,000 different meshes with different combinations, and I don't think that's a viable option. So yeah, now we are heading out of the cold zone. I got my Trebum. I've played through this area so many times, I know where everything is. And it's just, pain. We're out of the cold zone and back into this environment. Whee! I think this game uses very good, like, normal maps and details. So if you're wondering what that pop was, is that if one of your Trevums has a mutation that you need to survive in the environment, all the others will pop or temporarily gain that mutation in order to survive in that environment. So as long as you have one fuzzy Trevum, you'll survive in the cold, and so forth. So I think that's very good. So you can have a diverse pack of Trevums, each that help you in their own environments. So I was saying, like, they use a good normal map details to give things immense amount of detail without, I think, actually raising the polygon count. Because the more polygons you have, the more likely your computer is going to explode and have a stroke. I forgot. This thing's gonna scare me in a minute, I think. Or did that already happen in this playthrough? The world will never know. I've done this too many times. What? So, cool thing is, you just kind of need to snack on everything. Snack on everything. So, if I sit in the water, my Trevum will drink water. I can also eat water foods. I'm gonna eat this storage body. Now, what the fish gave me was high jump out of the water so I can get this egg. Egg. Now, a warning to you all is that you probably won't be able to save every Trevum, which is really heartbreaking. I want to save as many as I can, but you can only have a limited number with you, and sometimes that's a problem, because you won't be able to get any more with you, or you won't have the supplies needed. So what I try to do is I try to just save every single one I can come across, and it always hurts when I can't. Let's see. What should we call you? Woodep? I'm gonna call you High Rise because you were up high. I think the glitch where you lose control happens less often with eggs. I don't think it happens that often with eggs. Oh, there's that cutscene I was scared of. So I was just... What? I fell. I was warning you about the Trebum because we're coming up on a Trebum where I don't think we can save him. I've like gone through this, I've scoured this whole section in different runs, different failed recordings, trying to figure out how to. Because I feel like I did it my first run through, I somehow saved him, and I don't know how. But here he is. Oh, he's beautiful. It makes me so sad. He's Moldy Orange! In one of my runs, I had a Trebum of this color, and I called him Moldy Orange, or Mo Orange, lovingly. So what happens is we need to suck up all these sparkles, but there isn't going to be enough sparkles to help him. Even though they imply that there should be, and I think there is, I just never can find enough.
And so it was on the achievements of previous generations that the newborn Trebum...
I'm gonna need to switch to somebody. I lost control of that guy.
It seemed a wise and powerful Trebum had passed through here some time ago.
Basically the narrator is saying that the sparkles were made by a Trebum that passed through, but he's also saying that means eventually we should be able to do that too. Where are the sparkles? I need 4! But I can never find any more than 2. And it always makes me sad. Because I have to leave them. And I don't want to leave them. But I really don't know. Sorry, I thought I heard my name. I really don't know where they are. Ah! Yes. It's, there's a light that will tell you where to go. And at this point,
hard for the Trebum to know what to do,
it doesn't want us to cross the water. I mean, it's basically saying, like, hey, you're not supposed to go here. At a later date, you can cross these vast things of water, but for now, you can't. Huzzah! It took me 2 playthroughs to figure out what to do with this. I was like, that looks like an ability, but I could never get it down. Until today. You get it. I'm gonna give it to you. Space worm. Galactic space worm. I feel so bad for the galactic space worm. It's having a bad day. I'm not sure if I can get on the galactic space worm. I can try, but oh, I can. There's the sparkles! I need to save him! Oh my gosh, they've been on the space worm the whole time! Oh my gosh, thank goodness! I can actually save him and I'm so happy, I'm gonna cry. This game is not notorious, but there will be like things hidden among the mountains that you otherwise wouldn't see. And it doesn't feel like there isn't stuff in the mountains often enough to like feel like there should be stuff. It's like very rarely. But every now and then you hop among the mountains and you find something amazing. So yes, look everywhere. Moldy Orange, I'm coming for you. Oh wait, you're not Moldy Orange? Moldy Orange is gone! Wait. I'm gonna do the thing where I run around and I go do a thing and then hopefully it triggers it to change back to Moldy Orange. But if you don't like the color of a Tribum, you can run away and come back and he might be a different color.
This door had been built for Tribum.
So, oh yeah, game design. This plate probably detects the number of Tribum you have on it, so it was 3.
Some places had
3 Tribums were needed.
For them.
And it opens the gate. But I'm gonna be not respecting the game development and I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna come back because I want Moldy Orange. I want Moldy Orange! And I don't want anyone else. I'll probably end up giving in and getting him because I don't want to waste your time either. Ah! Run around, run around. I don't know why I started to singing that song for Land Before Time. I haven't even seen that movie in eons. It was a Land Before Time sequel, because I don't think the original Land Before Time was a musical. I don't recall there being any music in. Oh, he changed! Moldy Orange is back! Moldy Orange! Oh, my cat scared. It didn't scare me, but I forgot she was back there. Orange. Orange. Moldy Orange, my friend! Okay. So that's good to note, if I fail this recording again, that the sparkles I need are up there. But I really want this to be the last one. Oh, so many takes, so many tries. Let's go! Elder Cave. Look at all of them. Oh, yes, I've gone over this. The Q to change. And don't worry if they get lost. Except if you're in a place with, like, lava or something, because they will jump into the lava and they will die. I love them, but they're pretty stupid. They're the lovely, loving, stupid kind. I say, coming up, we're gonna see some, I call it weird game design. So the game kind of sets it up with this statue, with the E to interact, that you're going to be interacting with a lot of statues to gain knowledge. But there's only one other one I have encountered that you do this with, and it's like very confusing. Yes, we need the cube.
It was as if
oh, I love it when you can just watch them and they'll do cute stuff in the background.
Someone to absorb it. And as soon as this knowledge
You guys cute? Okay.
The Tribum realized that there was a great library of
So here's some cool game design.
Web of their memories.
It's basically showing you what you need to do, as well as that.
This Tribum made of stone.
It shows you and then it tells you. And if you don't want to wait for them to pop, you can just switch to another one. Eating food doesn't do anything right now, it's just I need to clear my space. Because I want to hoard this. Come here. I'm gonna need to go back to Mly Orange. Hoard the sparkles. Sparkles are ever important. Sparkles are ever important. So yes, I have become the cube. Now we should all know from our childhoods that the cube, the square goes in the square hole. Boom, Elder! Let's interact with him. I love how the little guys, they just go to their little spots.
The Trebum found a living elder. It had been waiting in this chamber for a long, long time. The elder told them it was happy to see some friends before the cylinder came.
I don't know how they did this. It's really cool though. They have like,
young, so you never knew the time when our people could
the shape is probably like a sphere with like back face culling, so the normals are probably inside. But how they did the animation is bamboozling. These people know what they're doing.
They will seek to hurt you at every opportunity. And
so, you might not be paying too much attention to what he's saying. I'm not, because I've gone through it a lot, but definitely pay attention when you play through because he tells you some important stuff. Like there, he said another reason to hoard materials is because you can lose your mutations, and if you need one, well, you're out of luck if you can't find it again. So just hoard the supplies. There's another reason to hoard the supplies later, too, but for now, just hoard the supplies, and you'll be thankful that you hoarded the supplies. Let's go! Now, I think we have something that comes up. Oh, look, it's another stripy fella.
But the elder had urged,
and this is the main problem. Need more leadership. So, I need to level up my leadership, but that means I have to leave this guy to die. I hate that.
To restore the powers their people had lost. And it all seemed a little daunting.
I'm kind of like not paying attention to the story because I want you guys to play the game and experience yourself. So I'm just going over some game tips so that when you get here, you don't just immediately panic and die. But yeah. We're about to cross the threshold. So this is a barrier, and when we leave this zone, the cylinder is going to start making its way for it, and you just gotta run. You just gotta run. I don't like that thing, so we're gonna start running.
The cylinder resumed its destruction. Nothing could stop it forever.
We run. There's our stamina wheel. So they finally introduced us to stamina. They might have already. I just wasn't paying attention. But this is when stamina is most important. Tip: go through these blue lights. They recharge your stamina. So if it's a slight detour, it's probably one you're gonna want to make. But otherwise, you're gonna want to just go book it straight to the thing. Like, don't dilly-dally, because that thing will find you and catch you. Egg! As I break my own rule. I might have to ditch the egg. And I don't even know why I'm getting the egg. I have a limited number of leadership. I can't even hatch the thing and have him come with me. I got it. I got the egg. I don't know what that was. One of my run-throughs here, I couldn't. There was an egg I found. It could have been this egg, for all I know. I don't think it was. I think it was a different egg. But for the life of me, I could not find the place to hatch it. And the egg hatch, I think, might have just not spawned because I swore when I saw it. He's talking.
Born into a strange, broken
I swore I saw it.
From the history of their ancestors.
I mean, it's like it wasn't there, and then I found another failed recording, and I'm like, this could not have been there because I went through this area 8 times. I don't know if it just didn't spawn, or maybe I'm just blind.
They held within them the light that
so that's toxic. I think green being toxic, green fog is, I think, has become a stereotypical standard for don't touch that, don't go there. I sniff. So, yeah, you're supposed to go to that. I think it's, the game's like, go there. Go there right now. I'm like, no. Egg hatch. Egg hatch was here. Egg hatch should be here. It was here. Okay, it was here. Where did it go? Does it just not spawn half the time? Or does it only spawn if you don't have an egg with you? Does it... Maybe its location moves. I really don't know. It was here last time, and it wasn't here that other time. So maybe it's just suffering. But I will probably call it here, just not so this video doesn't get too long. God no! Okay. So if you want to see more, let Moldy Orange know. And the Troms are signing off. Have a great day. And I hope this video was fun and chaotic. Have a good day. Bye! Saving. Stop the video. Stop the video.